Hello, this is Fred Nwankwo coming to you from Allen TV with Bold Talk on Allen TV. It's really good to be back. If you notice, we've been away for the last 3 weeks, maybe 4. It's not because we abandoned ship. It's because we're trying to get better for you. We've been traveling in Nigeria, trying to expand our base and trying to expand what we do. In this episode, we're going to be bringing you Lagos. We're bringing you Lagos from all perspectives. We're going to bring you the beautiful Lagos, which we all talk about. Lagos is a very beautiful city. But we're also going to spend some time visiting a slum part of Lagos that even people who live in Lagos hardly know that it exists. It's the Makoko part of Lagos. And the story about Makoko is a very spectacular, intriguing story. Regardless of how slummy the area may be, the people who live there are very creative, very hardworking, and actually they demonstrate the true spirit of being Nigerians. Going in there was one of the highlights of my trip to Nigeria, and I hope you enjoy what we show you about Makoko. But we're also going to show you the beauty of the Victoria Island, the Eko Atlantic City, which is going to, when it's finished, the Eko Atlantic City is really going to look probably every bit of Dubai. But we're also going to show you the Lekki, Ajah, Oniru Peninsula and the beautiful houses that are there, but unfortunately how the maintenance culture is probably letting the people down who bought those expensive lands to build very nice homes in a place where they more or less have no privacy. Come with us on this journey, and I hope you enjoy what we bring you. To complement the work we went to do in Lagos, I had to live the part, play the part, which means I had to let my beard grow wild. It's an ungroomed me, but I played that ungroomed role just to show you how much we dig ourselves into the work we do and the work we're planning to start doing for Allen TV. Every episode we bring you will be based on what we are bringing you. The look will be based on what we are bringing you, and the taste will be based on what we are bringing you. So I hope you also bear with my raggediness in the look you'll see as I drive through Lagos. Now we're in the Victoria Island area of Lagos, which is probably one of the choicest parts of Lagos. This is Federal Palace Hotel, or the entrance. We're not going inside. You could see the grandiose sign, very elegantly placed. This is the pride of Lagos. This is what you typically see when people tell you how beautiful Lagos is. And let's face it, Lagos is beautiful. There's no question about it. It'll do well if it'll go into those slums and spend a little money to make it a little more livable for the people who live there, especially since during campaign seasons, as the people there told us, in the last election, Vice President Osibajo was there to campaign. So if you're going to get the votes, you may as well do some work to make them feel that they belong in Lagos. But I'm happy to be on this part of town. This is beautiful. This is the Lagos as we see it advertised. We're gradually heading towards the place where they're building the Eko Atlantic City. It's more or less Victoria Island. It's just that it's going to be gated when they're finished, and we'll continue when we get there. Now They actually let us in, so we'll do what we can until they kick us out. But we are inside the Eko Atlantic City premises, and it's construction underway. But seriously, I've seen these on other videos, YouTube videos, and I must tell you that I'm very impressed with what I see. And now I'm actually inside Eko Atlantic City. When this city is finished, if I'm living, I could tell people that I did a documentary on it way before people moved in. At least way before a lot of people moved in. If Lagos State lives up to the billing of Eko Atlantic City, if it doesn't become another Lekki and every other new development, this is really something Nigeria will be very, very proud of. And maybe it becomes a model for the rest of the states in Nigeria to duplicate. My concern is that I was at Lekki 25, 30 years ago when it was bare, just the way Eko Atlantic City is today. I was expecting much more from Lekki. In a few minutes, we're going to be getting to Lekki, and you're going to see that Lekki is not what it was built to be 30 years ago. Eko Atlantic City is starting now, and we're all rooting for Lagos State, and we hope that it turns out to be exactly what they're looking for. We're cruising down one of the boulevards in Eko Atlantic City. This is really spectacular. Under construction, I'm sure it doesn't look everything is gonna be ultimately, but I must tell you, it's looking good. At least you're looking at a city where it seems like the drainage and the wiring for telephones and electricity and the roads are being fully constructed before people start moving in, which has been one of the Achilles heels of Nigerian construction, building new areas and new estates. It's people go in and build when there is no infrastructure to support the buildings. So this is Eko Atlantic City. Shori Baba, you're not on video. I want to see Nisha. Yeah, it's a lot of construction going on, but it's the kind of construction I could say anybody who sees will be proud of the work that is being done here. Really proud of the work.
They've been living in this one.
Yeah, I think these are actually already residential. People already live here. Not a lot of people live in here, but people are already living in these two towers. And the other two towers are not residential yet. Over there you see them a little further down, but they're under construction. And this is beautiful. I actually saw these on a video, and it looks every bit of what I saw in the video. Kudos to Lagos State. This is really beautiful. Now this is, I don't know if they're gonna be going further, but this is the waters. There goes a ship that is sailing. For your leg backside. Okay. So this is This is on the shores of Eko Atlantic City. That's a huge freighter sailing in the water. I don't know if it's commercial. And see people here working. There's a lot of work going on. Those are people fishing. I don't know if those ones are leisure sailing or ship or fishing. But folks, it is beautiful. I like what I see here. I just pray that the maintenance culture doesn't fail us one more time when this city is completed. Let this be a jewel that every other city could look at and emulate, so that across Nigeria we can start duplicating what we see in Dubai. Now still in Victoria Island, where Victoria Island, yeah, because this is Eko Hotels. And Eko Hotels is one of the top hotels in Lagos. It was built before I left, so I'll say it was built probably in 1975. I left in 1978, and it's maintained its prestige. Very nice place to lodge. It's right on the waters of the Atlantic, and the boulevard that comes to it, Adetokunbo Ademola, is a very nice boulevard with nice trees. And Victoria Island is just beautiful, especially when you get to the beach itself. The beachfront and the hotels and residences that are on the beachfront are very beautiful and can actually stand up to any beachfront anywhere in the world. Now we just left the beautiful parts of Lagos that you saw in Victoria Island and Eko Atlantic City, and we want to take you to the opposite side, if you may say, of that beauty. We are going to take you into the Makoko area, so you could see that within these beautiful things you see in the Victoria Island, Eko, Lekki, Aja Peninsula, there also exists this slum part. But the creativity in that slum is what we really want to show you, and it will amaze you. Come with us on this journey, and I think you're going to like it. Okay, now the real Lagos walk starts. We're in the Ebutemeta area, driving into the Makoko area, where you have people who live in the water, feed in the water, trade in the water, and many people who live in Lagos don't even know that this exists. More importantly, I think what we're doing now is we are riding in a keke napep. See, I'm in the keke with the people I'm working with. The driver thought he was gonna cheat us, but he didn't know that I'm more like getting me. So we negotiated, and I'm enjoying this keke ride. And we're going into the innermost part. I want to interview some of those people who live in those slum waters of Lagos. It's called the Makoko area in Lagos. I saw a documentary on it, and I was so fascinated, and I really wanted to go there and do my own documentary and see the inner workings of the minds of the people who live and work there. Folks, this is Lagos. All the stuff you see are Lagos. Eko Atlantic City is Lagos. Lekki is Lagos. Ikoyi is Lagos. Ikeja GRA is Lagos. Shubon. Makoko is also Lagos. And until you come into these areas, you're living in artificial Lagos. And you cannot really understand what Lagos is all about until you've been into every part of Lagos. It's very important to note, this is a rough ride, guys, but I'm enjoying it. It's very important to note so like I said, if you can really survive Lagos, there's not a single place you cannot survive. My preference would have been to do this on an Okada, but it's hard for me to be on an Okada in these rough roads and be able to video what I'm trying to video as we drive to our destination. And I want to live to video another day, so I decided to take the closest thing to Okada, which is the Keke. How far before we get there? Wow. Oh yeah. Now we're in the real, I don't want to call these creeks. These are just the slums. You see their canoes? That's how they move around the waters. We have some guides. And there's a lot of fishing going on here. When you've come to this part of Lagos, you can truly call yourself a Lagosian. Ṣé wọn ò ní bínú pé a wá síbí ìṣá? Okay. And ṣé mo nǹkan tèmi like ni pé the life is normal. One make owó, one ṣiṣẹ́. Yeah, one ṣiṣẹ́. Honestly, very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. This is Lagos, the land of hustle. And here comes another bridge across troubled waters. And you really have to step carefully. It's not, yeah, you have to know how you step. Yep. But it works. It works for them. It's a maze. You go through the maze. Kids are living, kids are playing. What I really want to do is Tunde Chalet, like Bawon yon sọ̀rọ̀. Problem ni pé wàhálà mi ni pé bóyá ní enough charge. Nítorí pé kí nínú mọ́tò ni ò charge kí ní ìdàdà. But we'll make do with what we have. Ṣorí pé àwọn ọmọdé tí ẹ̀ ń lọ sí school. That's what makes me so proud of them. All right. We are going through the maze, and wow, I saw this for the first time on CNN, and I was bent on coming down here to see it myself. Here I am in Makoko, Lagos, a town that I've lived in all my life, and I've never been here until now. Yep, until today, at 64 years old, I'm coming to a part of Lagos that I never knew existed. So gbogbo activity tó wà níbí ta ló ń rà except àwọn tó ń gbé bí. Anybody máa ń wá bí wá rajà.
Yes, now.
From okay.
Fish here. I think they buy fish from this place in bulk. So it's from this place.
Wow. Yorùbá tán sọ tí ẹ yàtọ̀ sí Yorùbá tá à ń sọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ó tán nígbà. Now we're walking across one of those bridges across troubled waters. Guys, I'm 64 years old. I've been around Lagos all my life. I honestly never knew that a place like this existed in Lagos. And here I am trying to do this documentary to show. And the beauty of it is that the people who live here, from old to young, don't care about what goes on outside. They are content, they are happy, and us who think we have it all are worried about everything on a daily basis. Wow. Now here is the real boat factory. And this is what I call creativity. Honest creativity. People working hard to make a living. There is no shipyard out there that is more creative than what you're looking at here. This is really good. Mo like iṣẹ́ yín. Mo like iṣẹ́ yín gan. Nítorí pé iṣẹ́ mọ̀ pé ṣe iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ń ṣe yìí tó bá níbi ta ní Nàìjíríà tó ń ṣe bigger ships. Ẹ̀yin lẹ lè máa lọ bẹ̀ lọ consult fún wọn. Òótọ́ ni mo ń sọ fún ẹ yìí. This is serious hard work and creativity. Ẹ dẹ̀ máa ṣe é tán ẹ bá ti gbé sómi, it sails. You can't beat that. Báwo lẹ ṣe kọ́ iṣẹ́ yìí?
I lọ sí school díẹ̀ tí kò sí ẹni tó lè ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ìyẹn láti fún un lẹ́yìn. Kódà gan-an dádì mi kan ló ti ń ṣe. But the old one yẹn ti tẹ́lẹ̀ kan wà. That type ìyẹn yàtọ̀ sí ìyẹn sọ pé àwọn eléyìí ti wọ́n máa ń gbẹ́ inú ẹ̀ wá ni.
Okay.
So ìyẹn yàtọ̀ sí eléyìí.
Okay, what he's telling me is that he's been building these boats or canoes, whatever you want to call them, for a long time now. He started with his father, and he showed me the old ones, as you can see them in the water. They're not using them anymore. But because those were not working the way he wanted, he came up with his own new technology. And this is what his new technology is. This one is in the beginning process. But if you look over here, you see the ones that are already finished and now being coated. That's not painting, that's coating to make it waterproof. So that when they put it in the water, they go way inside the water to get the fish. That you go to restaurants in Lagos and enjoy seafood. And in Yoruba, that's why I was joking with my friends, because in Yoruba they say, you are enjoying the fish and you don't know the work that went into it, starting with this man and these little kids putting these boats together and building them and getting them ready to put in the water and go get us fish. All right, me. Oshegun. Along I bet you. Yes. So, Ogboibo. Okay. Ogboyoba. Okay, Tebati, how long ló máa ń take láti kọ́ irú ọkọ̀ yìí?
Bí ìgbà wo ló máa gbà yín láti ṣe? Ọjọ́ mélòó lẹ máa fi ń ṣe?
A máa ń lo bẹ́sẹ̀ kan. 1 week. 1 week lásán? Oh, really? So, kí lẹ máa ń fi ọkọ̀ yẹn ṣe? Ẹja quantity wo lẹ máa ń pa on a given day? How many? How much? And ta ló máa ń rà lọ́wọ́ yín?
Obìnrin ló máa ń rọ ẹ̀bá lọ sanjọ́ kan, a lè pẹ̀lú àbí 20,000, 40,000.
Naira lọ́jọ́ kan. So ẹ̀dẹ̀ máa tà fáwọn restaurant. So àwa tá à ń lọ sí restaurant lọ jẹun, a kàn gba tẹ́gùn sára àmọ́ bí tó ti wá. Tó kọ́ àmọ́ pé bí ibi tẹ́ ti ń gbá gbogbo àwọn ẹja ẹ̀.
You are really coming to buy from this place.
This is good. Kí lorúkọ ẹ? Steven. How long lẹ ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ yìí? Ó ti pẹ́. Okay. Honestly, mo wà very proud. Nítorí pé hard work to make Lagos ní kì í ṣàwọn tán wọ táì kiri. It's not the people that. This is what makes Lagos move. Oshegun, thank you. Yeah, I like this. This is Lagos. That's a much bigger boat under construction. This one, seriously, this one will be like, this is a huge one, if you guys can see it. And it's the same process. And this probably takes them about 2-3 weeks to complete. Yep. This is amazing. Simply amazing. Folks, here we are. If you look way down that way, that's the island. If I keep turning around gradually, that's the third mainland bridge, stretching all across with traffic going back to the mainland. We always drive the third mainland bridge and we always see these people fishing in the waters. What we never knew is how the boats were made and how much activity goes on here 24 hours a day. This is where they live, guys. These are their dwelling places. What you're looking at are their houses. And right outside this community, the closest thing to it is Ebute Metta. So this is actually part of Ebute Metta. But we drive through Ebute Metta, do our business. That's where you have the railway corporation headquarters and all that stuff. But here is where the fish comes from that goes to most of the restaurants we have in Lagos. Okay. See, there are kids coming back from school. Good afternoon, how are you? Good girls. There are kids in the community There are schools in the community. They go to school. They get off about 1 p.m. and they're coming home to get their rest. A full-fledged Lagos community. Now we conclude on a real balance of what we're trying to do. We've shown you the Victoria Island and Eko Atlantic City. We've shown you the creativity in the slums of Makoko. Now we'll take you into the Lekki, Oniru, Aja Peninsula to show you how even in the midst of beauty in Lagos and in Nigeria as a whole, as you'll find out from our video, that we have this challenge of maintenance, because the Lekki area is supposed to be a very beautiful area. It's a new part of Lagos. But with the lack of maintenance, Nigeria doesn't have the maintenance culture. The same Lekki where people spend so much money to live is actually deteriorating into the same thing you see in the parts of Lagos that used to look beautiful and have become semi-dumps. Now here is the Lekki area. Okay, now what I'm trying to show you is my concern for Nigeria and Lagos especially. Now we're driving through Oniru, Lekki, Aja, all those are in the same axis. As a matter of fact, Oniru borders with Victoria Island. These are areas that just got built in the last 25 years, some of it like Oniru and Aja, more or less in the last 10-15 years. And some of the houses you'll see here are very nicely done apartment buildings or single family sizable houses and mansions. Now take a look and see how it's already looking like Lawansin, the Surulere area. This is supposed to be a residential area. This is supposed to be an area that was developed in the last 10-15 years. Look at those nicely done apartments in front. Those are not cheap. Whoever is renting there is paying significantly to be there. Look at the apartments in front of me. We're approaching just to your left. Look at these apartment buildings in front of us. These are very expensive living. At the top of the one down there, you see the tenants looking out. But now you pay all that rent, and what you're looking out to is more or less what in America or UK or any civilized place you'll call ghettos and eyesores. Look at beautiful apartment buildings to your left. Look at what you have to your right. Look at street hawkers, roadside mechanics. This is Nigeria. I don't want to say this is Lagos. This is Nigeria. If you go to Enugu, it's the same thing. If you go to Owerri, it's the same thing. If you go to Ibadan, Kano, Makurdi, anywhere you go to in Nigeria, it's the same thing. And the question is, why don't we have a maintenance culture? We build new things, they are very expensive, we move in, we destroy them. 30 years later, we go to a brand new place, build new ones. 25 years later, they become ghettos, we move on to the next spot. Now we're leaving Oniru, we're gonna go into Lekki, and we'll end this with Ikoyi as we drive back to end our day. It's been a very long day. I thought I'll show you. This is the entrance into Oniru. So those beautiful apartments you see, when you're coming to visit them, this is your approach to the beauty. Look at all the street hawking. When you drive through Oniru, Lekki, Aja, any of those areas, even the almighty VGC, I start to wonder if 50% of the people you see walking around have any business being there. These are residential areas. Now we're entering Lekki Phase 1. But what would Lagos be without traffic? It's heavy traffic to get in. Now look at all the commercial activity coming into a place where people pay a lot of money to buy land and a lot of money to build nice single family homes and apartment buildings. Here is your approach. Here is your approach. This is your approach to beautiful Lekki. See, that's a hospital. Nice hospital. Evercare Hospital in Lekki. Very beautiful hospital. Looks world standard. But look at your approach. This is a residential place. This is an expensive residential place. But this is the eyesore you get as you drive in. But it's still Lekki. And people are still paying a lot of money to come in and live here, build here, rent here. And it's relatively safe compared to the unsafe parts of town. But the good thing about Lekki, forget the chaos that it's become, is that you have a lot of, if not everything you need, not to have to go through the hassle of leaving to go shopping. The shopping malls are here. The restaurants are here. You could see the nice hospital is here. That's a KFC. Right next to a Chicken Republic. Right next to a Buka Hut. So it's well endowed with everything you need to feel at home. So this is Lekki. Lekki, Victoria Island, Eko Atlantic City, Oniru, and we'll drive out through Ikoyi and head home. It's been a long day. It's been about 8 to 10 hours of taping, but I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it's a good, comprehensive look at Lagos. More nice apartments in Lekki. Very beautiful apartments. Quiet living. So I guess you could say that being in Lekki and living in nice residential area. Yeah, watch out. This part of Lekki is very residential. These are nice apartment buildings. If I was living in Lekki, this is the kind of place I'd like to live. These are more residential. Yeah, you still can, people still find a way to hawk, but it looks more organized, unlike the chaos you saw on the parts when you were coming in. but Nigerians always find a way to convert residential areas to commercial, and the government does nothing about it. Yep. Tobale, yeah. Could make left. Boya, our side, them are just strictly residential. More confession, residential. Okay, here is a more serene residential part. As you can see, you don't see any hawkers. This is what a residential part of town should look like. And probably if somebody in the planning department of Lagos State will watch my video and make note of what I'm saying, this is what a residential part of town should look like. This is, look at how serene. If I paid money to build and I live on a street like this in Lekki, I strongly feel that I'm getting my money's worth. This is nice. The street is wide. People did not build their houses into the portion of the street. The gutters are clean. This is nice. Hello there. Yep. Yeah, turn. I think this is the end of my Lekki presentation. So that's our presentation. That's the work we've been doing the last 3 weeks. Yeah, we did other things in Nigeria, but that's actually the part of what we did that I want you to see. I hope you enjoyed it. It's our first stab at expanding what we do. We're going to get better at it. And we just appreciate that so far you've been following us. And we promise you we're going to do everything it takes to make Allen TV something you'll be proud of and something you'll share with your friends. Thank you very much, and God bless you.